Yo,
and he appears.
how we doing, man?
I'm all right. How
Doing
are
all
you?
right. You know
Yeah,
what? You know what, man?
I don't know what.
You know what?
I don't.
Well, here's what.
Okay.
I'm in this stage where uh
Oh, this is the gay thing. You're going to come out. I
no,
don't support this.
it's just really hard to orange pill somebody right now. Okay? I just had
Were
coffee.
you trying to do that?
I just had coffee with a buddy. And we're talking about Bitcoin and everything.
Oh,
And I was just like, I just kind of held back how I would typically talk about it because
yeah.
I didn't want to scare him. And I felt like I was so, coming off of all the cold card stuff, um, all the stuff with bolts, all the
BIP
stuff
110
with
and the hard
BIP
fork.
110, the BTC Pay server, and then I saw the Trezor stuff right before I went in to
Trezor.
grab coffee with
Yeah.
a buddy. And he was like, "What would you like recommend?" And I was like,
S&P 500. You're going to want a good index fund. Have you heard of Anthropic? $2
"Yeah."
trillion IPO? You should get it on that.
And then we talked through everything, and it was a good discussion. And I was just like, "Well, listen, it's going to be different for everybody. Like he's got Bitcoin and Coinbase. I'm like, I don't think that you should be doing that." And I was like, "Here's the lay of the land at the moment." And and I was like, "Oh my gosh, dude!" I was like, "Here's the problem." And he's like, he's a church buddy of mine. We're very, aligned with a lot of stuff, and he has some Bitcoin, some other shit coins too. And I just was like working through it mentally, where thinking, like the attack that they've done on Bitcoin is so coordinated and actually very brilliant to get people that have been just such diehards about it and have been philosophically, you know, this is like the revolution type of thing to put them in a situation where you're apprehensive to recommend, uh, the correct solution, which would be doing it the right way, because doing it the right way becomes incredibly cumbersome, right, for that person that you're recommending it to the point that they would just throw their hands up and be like, I don't know, man. I'm not sure if that's for me. So yeah, I don't know. Just coming off of that coffee right now. Yeah, just feeling not. I guess a little bit bearish. I guess a little bit bearish about Bitcoin being used the way that it was intended to be used. About Bitcoin the revolution being mass adopted. Uh,
Yeah, the revolution is over. The
you know.
revolution's been canceled. It's been
Yeah. Go
it's
ahead. Yeah.
I think what you're saying is 100% resonates with me. I'm not orange pilling anyone. I'm trying to make sure that I don't look like the Bitcoin guy.
What I said to
You
him
know?
was, because we got conspiratorial, right? Because he's open to all that, stuff. And I said to him, I was like, if you were going to attack Bitcoin like the most decentralized thing, like here's how you would do it, and here's what we're seeing, and
Yeah.
and then also, but then it becomes a point of, hey, is number go up technology freedom enough for you, right?
It could be if you have enough Bitcoin.
It could be if
Yes.
you have enough Bitcoin,
If you got
because
enough Bitcoin, then yeah,
but max
you're
pain
fine.
and max capture of the whole movement looks like exactly what's going to happen, which is number goes up tremendously, which looks like filthy wealth, but no one actually owning the Bitcoin. And the government looking and knowing exactly how much Bitcoin people own because they've steered them away from self custody. And
Yeah, you've sort of yeah, you've put yourself in a box, in a
and it's
container.
yeah, and it's actually brilliant because then like I even find myself going to a place where I'm like, well, listen, man, like if the number goes up so much and it's going to change, my life, and it's going to, help my family, and I'll be able to provide, for them, then hey, to be honest, and not having any apprehension about being labeled like a someone that's not actually a Bitcoiner or a purist, then hey, could that be worth it for me? And I find myself having that dialogue in my head, and I'm like, well, listen, man, that number would be pretty nice. That'd be pretty nice. Maybe I'm willing to
Yeah.
sacrifice some of that freedom technology for free number go up freedom. You
Well,
see?
I'm not there. I'm not going to put it on an exchange. No.
No, I'm not going to put it on an exchange. I'm not saying I'm doing any of these things. I'm just saying the dialogue, right? Because you work through this stuff mentally, right? You kind of have to. You have
Sure.
to confront, I'm trying to think about how other people are going to approach this as well as time goes by. Where now it's sort of just like the beginning of what they're going to be doing, right? And then they're going to steer the cattle into one direction. So it's only going to get uh, it's only going to amplify as time goes on. So I guess I don't really have a solution or a complete takeaway. It's just that I don't think that this is going to be for everybody. I don't think that the freedom technology aspect is going to be for the masses. Maybe it was never going to be that way or work out that way. I think it's even less now.
Yeah.
Um, but we have to be really thoughtful, right? And we have to really ask ourselves these hard questions and say, actually, no. I'm not willing personally to sacrifice that. And so that when we have those conversations, we can say to these people, like, here's how everyone else is going to be doing it, but here's how I'm doing it. And that's the revolution.
Yeah.
I'm,
It's
I'm talking in circles right now, so I'll shut up.
no, I get what you're saying. So when the way I think about it or what I've been thinking about is, do I want anything else other than Bitcoin? The answer is no. I don't want any other investment other than Bitcoin. I don't want to be in the stock market. I don't want to have a bunch of land. I don't want to buy properties. I don't want to buy gold or silver. Not really. I don't want any of those things. I just want Bitcoin. But I also know at some point in my life, I'm going to need to spend the Bitcoin to
Right,
survive. Are there going to be people who will accept the Bitcoin so I can turn it into whatever I need to buy what I need to survive?
right,
I don't know. Like
right.
that's kind of a question. Like you're putting all your eggs in one basket and you hope the basket still has some value 10, 15, 20 years from now. And I think with self-custody getting punched in the balls, everyone is telling you you got to have multi-sig. You got to geographically distribute three hardware devices. Hang on to your descriptor file. Hang on to the seed words from each of those three wallets. Put them in three separate places. That's a pain in the ass if you're going to try to spend your Bitcoin. And even if you have some Bitcoin on a single sig and then you've got a vault with your multi-sig, that's probably the best answer so that you can have access to your savings account if you need it. But it's no longer cut and dried. It's way
Hmm.
too complex because of everything that's happened in the last month
Yeah,
for most people, but also for Bitcoiners.
yeah,
Because every Bitcoiner's like, is my setup even secure?
right.
You know,
Supply
that,
chain. You
and
think about the
that's,
supply chain risk, and it's not just
yeah,
the entropy, it's supply chain, it's trusting this vendor. There's always like a level of trust that you realize it's never fully trustless, ever.
that's right. It's not because so I just got all the seed signer parts in the mail yesterday. And I didn't even, nobody at the house knew what they were. The kids open up everyone's Amazon packages and see what they got. And everyone's like, what is this? But, um, I still have to put the Seed Signer software onto that Raspberry Pi, like onto the device. I have to trust Seed Signer that they've done it correctly and that they have good enough entropy, plus everything else, that there are no backdoors.
Yeah,
It's a major pain in the butt,
yeah.
major pain in the butt. There's nothing else I'd be willing to trade, though. I think the stock market is not going to keep going up. I think it's going to have a major correction. I think if people have 401ks, those are going to get rated in order to pay for the AI bubble. I mean, and not rated, but all of the people who have 401k funds are going to be investing in all of the top 5 or 7 AI companies. And when those companies go bust, their 401ks are going to collapse.
Yeah.
There's not a safe place to keep your money. And you don't transact in gold. You don't transact in silver. So I think we're all kind of screwed, and I don't think we have the silver bullet that we thought we had.
Right.
I mean, I thought it was just like done. Bitcoin self-custody done. See you in 20 years. I'll be a multi-Brazillionaire by then. And I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't know. It's all a big question for me.
Well, that's where I'm at too, and I think a lot of people are there. Um, does it make it stronger?
I think the Bitcoin's best feature, it has so many great ones, but the best feature is the fact that it's scarce. There's only 21 million. To me, and the long-term holders have continued to hold. Over time, we're going to attract new people to purchase Bitcoin, whatever size they are. And so I think the value is still there. It's always going to be there. And if bad things happen in the broader market, I think Bitcoin is a place for people to move their funds into for safety and security. Like I'm going to move it into Bitcoin because Bitcoin hasn't dropped as much as the stock market. So I think there's still tons of upside. But the fact that we're still at 63, maybe we'll be here forever, is it's just and then paired with the self-custody nightmare, it's just a kick in the balls, like right testicle, left testicle, over and over and over. I mean, man, like turning the balls into freaking jello.
That's where I'm at, man. Feels like we're in the same place. Yeah, you want to be honest about that. You don't just want to be like, yeah, everything's great, we're fine, everything, but it's, eh. If you've really been paying attention, not so true.
No, I mean, who hasn't? Which Bitcoiner hasn't been paying attention? Goodness, the one
And
thing I
what's
have
wild is
stopped.
that no one else knows about this. Nobody, I mean, no one outside of Bitcoin Twitter is talking about this stuff.
I mean, that's a good thing.
That's a
Like
great thing. You kidding
it's
me?
pretty embarrassing. It's pretty embarrassing seeing some of the people that you really respect tilt one way or the other, and there are a lot of diluted takes. And I don't know, man. I I saw someone post, if you have 1,000 shares of MicroStrategy in 10 to 20 years, that'll be worth $1 million. And that'd cost you like 97 grand today for 1,000 shares. But MicroStrategy also might get delisted.
Right.
And if it gets delisted, how are they going to raise capital? Like, how do they get the engine to keep running? So there's no, even in the fiat corporate digital capital world, there's no easy answer.
Yeah. That's why we continue to buy Bitcoin, man. I mean, what else is there?
There's nothing else. I'm not leaving. There's nothing else. And I'll assume all the risk and hope that I'm correct.
Yeah, as bearish as we might sound right now, it's only because I think it's such inside baseball and we're pragmatic about it. I mean, and you have to be. You can't just, walk around with the rose-colored glasses on and say, no, everything's fine. It doesn't matter. Cold card exploit doesn't matter. We can just do everything like we did before that. Yeah, that's not smart. I think we would be crazy if we weren't thinking this way. I think there'd be a lot more to worry
Yeah.
about the future of Bitcoin if we weren't like recognizing everything that's happening at the moment.
There are no easy answers. There's no, and that's what I want. I want the solution. And other than just buy Bitcoin and wait, that's probably what it is. Buy Bitcoin and just relax.
Yeah, I'm
Make
looking
sure
at
make sure
this.
you have cash flow.
Yeah.
Go back to the basics, provide value, save in Bitcoin. I think those things are still correct.
Yeah, I'm looking at this glass node stat and it says Bitcoin spot volume hits lowest level since 2019. What happened after 2019?
Um,
Wasn't that the start of
well, there
something?
was mm, 2020 was the big COVID crash.
And then what happened?
Bitcoin rallied really hard. it went from like 6,000 to 69,000, like in 18 months.
Huh. Huh.
You think that's going to happen? Do you think we're going to rally? And so what bothers
Yeah.
me
Oh,
is
100%. Oh, I think that's a part of this. I think that's 100% tied into the attack.
so the attack is scare everyone away, and then the
Into,
people who
yeah.
who instigated the attack, they buy all the Bitcoin. Everyone else is locked out or they're on exchanges, and it's just the random, cowboys out there that still have self custody.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I think. I think that's what it looks like. I think ETFs, everyone holding the ETFs, they will be, you're going to be rewarded, and anyone that's holding it with custodians, right? Anything that's on the books, that's fine. That's tracked. That's, that's confiscatable, right? So, yeah, I mean, people are going to get filthy rich in the next 3 to 5 years. Uh, but the difference now is that it won't be the people that have Bitcoin in self custody,
Hmm.
and it won't be predominantly retail, right? I mean, that's hand in hand with that.
Dark, man. It wasn't supposed to be like that.
It was not. It was not. So, yeah, like a phoenix that rises from the ashes, though. Maybe this is just a part of the Bitcoin story.
What does Adam think?
Yeah,
Adam, give us your 2 cents.
we'll take a pause here and just let you talk to us.
All right, check the comments below.
Yeah.
While you're at it, smash the like button.
Hit subscribe. At some point, we're gonna have to
Turn
delete
on
all of our
notifications.
our episodes here, man.
What's that?
We're
What'd
gonna
you
have to
say, Adam?
delete the whole channel at some point.
Oh, that'd be easy. Whoop, click of a button.
Although it'd be fun to go back and watch some of these, like, yeah, years from now.
I'll put them on a private server, invite only.
That'd be cool. Should we stack some sats? What do you think?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna buy 21 bucks per usual.
Same.
32,000 sats. Strike. Got it. So
Done.
you think we're going up? What bothers
Yeah.
me is
Yeah,
when I
dude.
see the chart bros, they're like, Bitcoin's gonna boom or whatever. And like you see the chart, it goes up to like 160.
Oh,
I'm like, dude, I want that to be like 1,160,000. I don't want it to be like from 60 to 160. I don't, you know, I want big numbers. I want the 10x,
me too, man. Oh my gosh.
600,000.
That would I relish those days. I mean, that it happens. I like to think about what that's gonna feel like.
Hmm.
That
Yeah.
feels pretty great. I don't know how long it's gonna take. I thought October we're gonna start doing our thing again, but man, we're right there. September, 2 weeks away from September at this point, 2, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Start to go back up in October. We just kind of stay in this range through the end of the year at this point. I don't know.
I just don't think that's possible.
To
I don't
stay in
think
this
we're,
range.
no, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think it's more likely that what's happening in oil, where the US is manipulating the price of oil, somebody with deep pockets is manipulating the price of Bitcoin.
Yeah.
The 10 a.m. slam is back. Bitcoin
Yeah.
goes up to 64 and then boom, market opens and it's at 62. And I think that the Clarity Act was supposed to remove the ability to game the futures market. And they were going to hand over authority to the CFTC. But who knows if that'll pass? And to Adam's point, who knows what's really in the Clarity Act anymore? So I really don't know. I mean, I don't know, man. I think mentally I'm okay with Bitcoin just staying where it is because I think that's what's going to be the foreseeable future.
We don't really have an option, do we?
No, no option. The only thing you can do is just buy more Bitcoin and wait.
That's all. Just be
The other
patient.
thing is like everybody's been calling for a market correction for years. Every video is about the everything bubble, Japan, you know, we're 40 trillion in debt. Like, I don't, does that even matter? I don't think it even matters.
Yeah, for me, this is what the worst sentiment ever feels like. This feeling right here.
It is.
I
It
feel
is, dude. It
it.
is the worst sentiment ever. I mean, if you go back and look at our old episodes, which I've done occasionally, we'll be talking about how the price is 78, 111, 118,
Yeah.
going to 180. We're so, so naive.
Just grinds you down. Just grinds you down. That's what it yeah, that's what Bitcoin does. But I do think it'll surprise us at some point, and we'll have our day. We'll have our day in the sun. It's just when's that going to be? We know not the time. We know not how. We do know it will happen, and that's just part of it.
All right. I feel like we've taken the black pill. We're back
Yeah,
to
this
the
is the
white
black pill
pill.
episode.
We're back to the white pill. It'll all be good eventually, you
It will
know.
be. Yeah, yeah, it will be eventually. It's over a long enough time horizon.
Speaking of horizons, did you see the solar eclipse?
No, I mean I saw videos of it.
Oh, that's what I mean.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't have any conspiracy theories.
That it?
That's it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, it was
Big
pretty cool.
gulp. Big
Yeah.
gulps, eh?
Well,
Right
see you
on.
later.
Nice skis. Those yours?
uh, okay, man. Let's just wrap it up. Let's call it.
It's it. We got
It's
nothing else.
it's the situation we're in. Okay, that's fine. We don't have to be bullish all the time. It's just one of those days, one of those moments in Bitcoin's history.
You feel good with your self-custody setup?
Not really, no. Is I think I've done it the right way, but
Hmm.
no, like I don't have full confidence. Where did I slip up? Did I not think of something? What if this happens? Right? There's so many scenarios that keep playing out in my head.
Yeah, I check my watch only wallets.
Yeah.
All there.
Yeah, it's in the back of my mind and constantly trying to like reevaluate. So is there something I can improve on? And I mean, we all have so many blind spots.
Yeah.
So no, I just feel like my confidence is at an all. It's a crisis of confidence. It's at an all time low. I don't
Yeah.
have any guys that I listen to at this point. I mean, the a number of Bitcoin podcasts are just for me since you get Orange Pill just downward chart like that. And now
Hmm.
there's no. I mean, I don't care to listen to anybody.
No, I'm the same.
So, but like a phoenix from the ashes, we rise.
These are bottom signals. This is the trough, and the trough could be very long and deep, but
Yeah.
we're definitely in the trough.
I've got a long trough that goes deep.
Deep in the gutter. Really? Your butt crack? Are we talking?
No, man, but that's actually pretty bullish, isn't it? That we are in the trough right now. And this is bottom signal conversation.
Yeah.
Bullish?
You can be bullish because we're so bearish.
Exactly. There we
Yeah.
go. Let's end it on that.
All right. Well, good to see you.
You too, brother. Bitcoin 120K by next week. Heard it here first. All right, man. Have a good one.